Everybody, welcome to the Sister Empowerment Summit. I am so excited, as I am always excited, to talk to my sister, Jekayln Carr. And please welcome Jekayln Carr to the room. Hi,
Hi,
Jekayln.
beautiful.
Hi, gorgeous.
It's the red lip for me. It's the blonde hair for me. It's just everything.
Listen, honey, we all trying to keep up with you with your fly self.
I cannot. Thank
We're gonna talk
you.
about all of that, honey.
Listen.
We got so much to talk about, Jekayln Carr. It's like you have worked a long time for this position right here. And it's almost like 2021 came and God was like, I'm getting ready to really, really bless her in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
You're just doing a lot of big things. And I got a lot to talk to you about today.
And, well, right.
First of all, let's get to this radio show.
Mhm.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Yes, you have just really like taken a hold of your show, The
Wow.
Family Affair. Talk to me about that. How did that feel?
It feels great. The heart of Jekayln, the heart of everything about me is to inspire people, encourage people. And so radio is an avenue that I have now under my belt to be able to do that. For many people in the Atlanta area, and even having people calling in from different other parts of the world, it's
Right.
just great. And to know that they are inspired, I look forward to it. Like they keep me rolling, laughing. We rejoice together. We do it all together, and I just love
Yes.
every bit of it.
Every bit of it. It is a beautiful thing. And one of those things in radio, you kind of get to know your listeners a bit.
Yeah,
They get to call you and they get to talk to you. It's sometimes it could be like, okay, can anybody who's really listening to me?
yeah,
You find out
yeah,
there's so many
yeah. And
that
then
are
they're
just
like, I finally get to talk to Jekayln Carr on the phone.
I know it's so I know that's a trip, right? I know it's a trip. So, but that's really, just so that's very special about your brand, very
Yeah,
special about you.
thank
Just as
you.
a minister, you've been doing this a long time, you know,
Yes,
and you're very seasoned and you're just so ready for everything. And
thank you.
yeah, but I want to talk about your fashion, okay?
Yeah.
Because, ma'am, when you hosted the Stellars, what? And we were like, whoa, she hitting us with another one. Oh, girl. Oh my God. You killed that. Like,
Thank you.
have you considered modeling at all? Because, like, you really killing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sis. Actually, a fun fact for those of you who don't know, I
Mhm.
actually used to model.
Really?
Yes, but the Lord called me into ministry, and
Yeah.
thanks be to God. And
Uh-huh.
so, but it's like everything and every gift that He put in me is like coming back full
Oh, I
circle.
love that.
And so the Stellars was just an amazing experience for me. To be honest with you, I collaborated with my stylist, Jay Bolin,
Mm-hmm.
and we were going through. All I told him, I was like, listen, I want to be different. I want to look different. I want to,
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I got you. And to be able to get the response that we got, and we did not expect it at all, like not at
Mm.
all. And so,
We had your number.
it was really, really good. I really enjoyed myself, and just being able to make a positive impression, even when it comes to fashion and all of that, is great. And it
Oh
just
my
shows
God.
people you can look good, you can look fashionable, and still love Jesus,
You see what
And
I mean?
amen.
Because here's the thing, it's like we're the head and not the tail.
Yes, we are.
We are above only and not beneath.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, we serve the king. You think the king want his children looking just, any kind of way?
Like
No,
they're
he
not
wants
the
us
king's
looking
kids.
right. He wants us looking like who we are, and that's
Right.
royalty. And we can still do it in a presentable way, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, where it can reach multiple audiences and come across in a inspirational way at the same time.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, listen, you did it. You do it
Thank
superb.
you.
You do that, every time you step out. So just kudos to you for
Thank
understanding
you.
and then letting that just be, who you are. I love
Thank
it. I love it. So let me ask you, so the past couple of years, this
you.
pandemic, it's
Mm,
been serious. It's
yeah.
been life changing for so many people.
Hmm.
Have you had any experience that you've had to overcome over these past couple of years?
Of course. During the pandemic, I lost my grandfather.
Oh, wow.
I didn't lose him to COVID, but having my family having to deal with that, and even things that I was working on prior to the pandemic, and that includes, my beauty brand, and all of that.
Mhm,
It took a really big toll on it. But
mhm,
we were determined in the midst of all of that, because I feel like when God is the God of strategy, it
mm,
doesn't matter what comes. He can show you what to do, how to get through it. Because,
mhm.
sometimes, so many times, we can be so used to moving that we don't even get through what we're going through,
Yeah.
properly. Take time to deal with your issues,
Mhm,
your losses, and things
mhm,
of that nature. And
mhm.
because it helps you bounce back even
Yeah,
greater. And
yeah.
so now I've bounced back even greater, and I'm just looking forward to the many other things that God will do in my life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you said you had a key point right there because, especially when there's a demand on your life,
Hmm.
and there is a you need to be here, you need to do this, do that, and whatnot, and you're grieving. And
Hmm.
that's one of the things that I feel like is very important for us to talk about with
Yeah.
our artists and our pastors and the people that are in the spotlight so
Right.
much, that you do need to take some time. Sometimes
Hmm.
you have to just take a wellness break, a
Exactly.
mental wellness break, just some time to hear from God, just a time to heal.
Right.
So
Exactly.
can
Because you can't give if there's nothing there to give. You know
say
what
it.
I'm saying? So
That's right.
you have to take the time. And I also love it when our audience are respectful at the same time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know how have you ever encountered someone or some people that always want to, because they expect it from you, they always
Oh
want it
my
from
God.
you.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, but when you have an audience and people who are like, no, take your time,
Yeah.
get it together, it's
Yeah.
just even more loving. So
It
I
really is.
appreciate all of my supporters and everybody who respect those who you look up to, their time
Yes.
and them getting it together as
That's
well.
exactly right. And I believe that, our audiences are maturing as well.
Hmm.
We're giving them more than, oh, God is about to bless you. Oh, God is about to. No, we're giving you the real.
Yeah.
And they're taking the real, even from our ministries on radio,
Hmm.
and you in your music and everything else that you do, you give them the real. So
Right.
our audiences are learning to adapt,
Yeah.
a lot better than just, oh, I'm getting ready to get a blessing. No,
Hmm.
God is this is my family, and we've got
Right.
kingdom work to do, and
Right.
we've got to make sure that our people that are doing the work of the kingdom are good. So
Hmm.
that's actually good. And it's great to hear, you say that. Um,
Yeah.
but you did mention your beauty brand. Do it,
Yes.
Jekayln. Do it, honey. Talk to us
Thank
about it.
you. Yes, so I've always had the dream, I've had the desire
Mhm.
to have my own beauty company.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I had the vision in
Mhm.
2018 of how I
Yeah.
wanted it to be and all of that. And towards the end of 2019, my
Mhm.
team started to work heavily on it. And then bam, the pandemic hit.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it caused us to have to adjust, have to go back to the drawing table to
Pivot.
strategize and just all of that. But in the
Yeah.
midst of all of that, we were, like I said, we were determined. We
Mhm.
didn't allow it to stop us. And so it was even changes that I had to make with packaging and all of
Mhm.
that. It was a lot, y'all. But
Yeah.
hey, um, this year in July, God blessed me
Mhm.
to be able to launch it. And the
Yes.
first product that I released were my fragrances, Jekayln for her and
Mhm.
Jekayln for him.
Mhm.
And within the first week, it sold out. And
Wow.
then and then I restocked again and it sold out again.
Mm.
But it's just a blessing. I knew it would it would do great, but I didn't know that like y'all would be like on it. But I'm so appreciative and I'm grateful that, you know, in everything that God has placed in me, even businesses, He's allowing me to
Yes.
prosper. So
Yes.
yeah.
What a beautiful role model for young women to look up to. Just to know
Thank
that they
you.
can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You can do
Hmm.
it. You
Yeah.
can keep going, you know. And shout out to your team because I know that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Definitely.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. So, with this sister to sister empowerment summit, there are women of all ages that look up to you. First of all, how does that feel?
It feels amazing. It's something that I never thought would be, you know. But from a very young age, there have been people. I remember I was like 13 years old, and I was
Mhm,
somewhere. I think I had to speak, and
mhm.
this lady came up to me. She was in her 90s, and she just
Wow.
expressed to me how she loved me and loved my ministry, and you
Mhm.
know, I count it as a blessing, you know, and
Yes.
favor when
Yeah.
you have multiple generations and
Mhm.
age brackets that are looking at you and who are inspired at the same
Mhm.
time. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, because we know that Pastor Shirley Caesar loves her some Jekayln Carr. We know. I saw that you guys
Yes.
were in Florence, South Carolina not too long ago.
Yes,
And
we
what
were.
yeah, so what was that about? Like, was that something that was that intentional? That no, we're gonna get Jekayln and Pastor Shirley Caesar. What how did that go?
I don't know. I don't know what the it was actually a historic school.
Mhm.
And I think it was their homecoming gospel concert. And so they were
Okay.
like they wanted two headliners and they wanted it to be me and Pastor Shirley Caesar.
That was
And
perfect.
so when I heard about it, you know, I was excited because, you know, I love her. I mean, we know these things.
Yes, absolutely.
um and just to be able to you know, minister and when I finished ministering and did what I did, and she came up and she was like, I need my daughter Jekayln, and that's how I ended up singing
Wow.
on the Jesus part or whatever. But it's just always great. I love
I
her.
love that. I love it. And if there was ever a movie, Pastor
Mhm.
Shirley Caesar, they better come looking for you. I'm just saying because see,
Yeah,
you
that's
have that.
that's what she told me too. She
She's so I'm so glad. See, that's we're in the spirit on that one. We are
Yes.
in the spirit on that. And you know, you have so far to go.
Yeah.
You've done books, you've been on television,
Hmm.
you've made I mean, what else? Jekayln, what else?
There's a few more things that I want to do.
Get it, honey.
I mean, you already know that I'm a visionary, you
Yes,
know,
you
and there's like I said, and some things we mentioned, even modeling. I mean, there's just so many things that are in me
are. Mhm.
that I have yet to tap into. But I'm all about doing it in the right timing. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
And so and then also, like I said, everything is coming back full circle for me. So
Mhm.
just because I didn't or it didn't work then, that doesn't mean God don't have a plan for it. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? So
That's right.
I'm just looking forward to tapping into every gift that is in me, from
Mhm.
fashion to
Mhm.
my businesses and just
Mhm.
everything. Of course,
Yeah.
music and speaking. Don't worry, you guys. That's a part of me.
Oh, that's
I'll
right.
always be doing
That's right.
it.
That's right. And so one of the things that I really admire about you is that you have your dad right by your
Yes.
side. You
Hmm.
are a girl dad, and that's daddy's girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, how h how I want you to speak to the young women who possibly have their dad in their life, but maybe they need to mend the relationship,
Hmm.
or forgive dad for some
Yeah.
things or whatnot. Because I really feel like your dad has been your biggest ch
Hmm.
cheerleader, banner. He just got you.
Yeah.
Got you. First of all, do you think that plays a major part in your success?
It does. I know it does.
Yeah.
And I say that because um, if you know me or know me from the beginning, I'm talking about before the world knew who Jekayln was. My
Hmm.
dad has been there
That's right.
since day one.
That's right.
I think what I mostly love about the father daughter duo that we have is that he always told me, I'm your manager and all of that, but I'm your father first. I'm your
Mm.
dad first, you know what I'm saying? So we keep that balance. But
Yeah.
God has blessed us to be able to prosper and to work together,
Yeah.
even in a time where people was saying that it's impossible for families to work together. You
Right.
know, and a lot of people didn't even understand. They talked about it so negatively because it was abnormal to the eye. Oh, you always got your daddy with you and this and that. Do you understand, first of all, I am a whole female
Right.
out
That's right.
here, and second of all, you have to have the proper covering. You
That's
understand,
right.
so many people who wish they had
Hmm.
somebody that was, you know, working with them, that could that have their best interests at heart,
That's
that
right.
can push them, that can believe in them.
That's
And
right.
I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful, thankful that my dad was there, and he's still there, you know what I'm saying, making sure I'm good. And I want to say to those who feel like you have your father, but you don't have the relationship that you want to have.
Hmm.
One thing I learned, of course, we spoke about forgiveness and
Yeah.
learning how to forgive. Because it's important to forgive because I've realized that sometimes a person can't give what they don't have.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
so, if your father, if your mother didn't have the proper guidance on
Hmm.
how to, or if they lack that in
Hmm.
their lives growing up,
Hmm.
sometimes it's difficult for them to be that for you.
Hmm.
But even in the midst of all of that, it teaches you compassion, but it
Hmm.
also teaches you how to move forward, how to deal with
Yes.
it, how to, not saying ignoring the fact, you know what I'm saying, that you're not there or we don't have the proper relationship that we could have, but
Hmm.
it's like, how can we do better? You know what I'm saying? Instead of focusing on the negative side, is
Hmm.
there something that I can do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even
Right.
if you feel like you've been reaching out and you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing, but he or she hasn't, um, you got to know that at the end of the day, God got you. God
Yes.
got you, because you think about Moses.
Hmm.
He was born from somebody and
Hmm.
raised by somebody else. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your journey is, what your
Hmm.
life story is.
Hmm.
God always knows how to get the glory out of your life. You have to
That's right.
choose to
That's right.
want better, make the choice to do better. And
Mhm.
what your father or what your mother couldn't do for you, you
Mhm.
be that for your children.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So break the cycles.
That's
Break
right.
the cycle. Don't be content with dysfunction.
Hmm.
You make the proper steps to make sure you have a wholesome and healthy life.
That's it. That's it. Jekayln, you are magnificent.
Thank
Really
you.
are. I love how full you are, we just continue to pray that you just keep going as far as you will go because you are
Thank you.
definitely a blessing to this generation.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And everybody that has joined in on this conversation with me and Jekayln Carr, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure that you follow Jekayln. Tell them your Instagram, social media information.
Absolutely. So I made it easy for you all. Is Jekayln Carr on every platform that I'm on, at Jekayln Carr, JeKaLynCarr with the blue check mark. Doesn't have the blue check mark. It's not me. Um, and then my beauty company, you can follow Facebook and Instagram, Jekayln Beauty. And
All
that's the name.
right.
And my website is jekaylnbeauty.com.
I love it. I love
Mm-hmm.
it. Jekayln Carr, everybody. And I'm Darlene McCoy from the Nightly Spirit. Make sure that you follow me at Darlene McCoy. And wherever you can tune into that midday. All right. Now, Praise 1025 on my Praise ATL. And from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Catch the family affair with Jekayln Carr. All right. Thank you so much.